Welcome back to BT. We'll go back to Times Square and Devo. Great shot of Devo. I didn't get the chance to ask Devo what the smells were he was smelling in New York.
Hot
is
New York.
Was that what it was?
Yeah. Hot New York.
Hot New York. Ooh.
I'm sure it was.
Things come up from them streets.
Yep.
Welcome back. For those smelling a federal election at the latest in October of next year, there are some crumbs leading us to some possible conclusions here that we have right in front of us. First things first, say what you want about polling. I think it's kind of relevant. I understand not a lot of Canadians are as involved as some of us political nerds, but I think these numbers do mean something.
You do love a poll, Sid.
Yes, I love a poll.
I've learned that about you. Yeah.
Federal polling numbers recently, within the last 24 hours from Abacus. It's not good for our sitting Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. Conservatives, 20-point lead. Conservatives lead in all age blocks, including 18 to 29-year-olds. So this is happening in the lead up to what is, dare I say, one of the most important political moments for Justin Trudeau outside of any federal election he has seen in his life. It's happening in the riding of Toronto-St. Paul's next Monday. It is a by-election, and normally this is a locked and loaded Liberal seat. The Liberals have not lost a seat in the GTA since winning in 2011. They've gone 25 for 25 in all of those elections. There is a chance, based on some of the polling, they're in trouble in Toronto-St. Paul's next week. It's on Monday, June the 24th. The Liberal Party have had everyone in that riding. And if you are voting in Toronto-St. Paul's next Monday, I need to give you a heads up. This is no exaggeration.
What?
When you go to vote, this is what you're going to be seeing. Dozens of independent candidates have entered the race as part of an organized protest against Canada's first past-the-post voting system. This same thing was tried in the riding of Mississauga Lakeshore a few years ago when Charles Sousa won his riding. They tried the same thing just to muddy up the waters there. For those of you who are engaged, you're going to find your candidate pretty easily. But there's a lot going on here, Tam, in terms of the polling, and next Monday specifically here in Toronto-St. Paul's in this city. There are people looking at this and saying if Justin Trudeau loses this seat, he has to resign. Is that a bit much?
Well, I mean, this seat has been a Liberal stronghold forever. Carolyn Bennett has held this seat as an MP for years. And so it was a bit of a surprise when she decided that she was stepping down and not even just waiting for the next election, but that she was done. And therefore, we needed a by-election in this riding. So to see it flip, and if it does become one of the first Liberal strongholds to flip in over 10 years, what is that, 13 years now are we going on? That is a, I mean,
Big change.
Shock. There's no other word for it.
There's definitely an indication.
It is shocking for sure. And you know, with the poll numbers, they have been showing that like around 20-point lead for quite some time. And I know Justin Trudeau was asked about this on Power and Politics last night on CBC. He had a
great interview with David Cocker.
He had a sit-down interview, and he said he felt that Canadians weren't in decision mode just yet. And so taking this poll with a grain of salt. I don't know if that is the case, if people are going to necessarily change their minds once, you know, the election does come, whenever that does happen. You know, it could happen earlier than 2025, but this is the case right now. He says that people are not in election decision mode at this point.
Well, I mean, I'm just hopeful that people are tuning into this, because when we saw the turnout for even the Mississauga mayoral race, what was that, 24%, I believe that was that. It was low. And this is the kind of thing that, you know, change or not, these are indicators of where we're headed. And I think we need to play a role in that. So it's a show up kind of a situation for sure. And the more people show up, then the more indication can actually be taken from this as a result. If it's a low turnout, I don't know what that means. You know, if it's a low turnout and a change, I don't know if we can stand true to that in terms of what's indicating federally.
And even if the Liberals win this seat, but by a narrow margin, I don't know what that means either. Even a narrow win, it would be a shocking result considering the history of this riding. Keep it locked here, Monday and Tuesday of next week. This is not a small by-election. This could have huge, huge ramifications federally for all of us across this country. Keep it locked here on Breakfast Television. We're going to take a break.